Friends, gather round. It's time for another tale of international intrigue, starring your favorite orange reality show host turned wannabe global real estate tycoon, Donald J. Trump. This time, the prize isn't a busted casino or a golf course built on an endangered species habitat. It's Greenland. Yes, that Greenland. Trump, in his infinite wisdom, has decided that the Danish territory of Greenland is absolutely vital to American national security. Why? Because according to him, melting Arctic ice is opening up new shipping routes and, wouldn't you know it, those Russians are sniffing around. Never mind that Denmark is a NATO ally or that the people of Greenland might have, opinions on the matter. Trump, in his typically subtle way, didn't just ask politely for Denmark to hand over Greenland like it's a slightly used timeshare. No, he went full-on apprentice boardroom meltdown, threatening tariffs and even hinting at military action if Denmark didn't play ball. Because, as we all know, nothing says we come in peace like the threat of military invasion. This isn't even the first time Trump has shown an interest in acquiring Greenland. Remember back in 2019 when he tried to buy it? Yeah, good times. But apparently, just offering a blank check wasn't enough. Now he's moved on to threats and intimidation, because that's how you win friends and influence people, right? So how did Denmark react to Trump's little temper tantrum? Well, they basically told him to take his wall and shove it. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen called Trump's demands absurd and horrendous. And who can blame her? Imagine being told that a large chunk of your country is now up for grabs because an aging reality TV star with a penchant for authoritarianism has decided he wants it. But here's where things get interesting. While Denmark might be telling Trump to get stuffed, the situation in Greenland is a bit more complicated. You see, Greenlanders have been pushing for independence from Denmark for years. They're tired of being treated like a colonial afterthought, and who can blame them? Greenland's premier, Mute Borup Ejidi, has been clear. Greenland is not for sale. But he's also used this opportunity to reiterate Greenland's desire for self-determination. It's a delicate balancing act. On the one hand, they don't want to be bullied by Trump. On the other hand, they don't necessarily want to be ruled by Denmark either. It's like being stuck between a rock and a hard place, except the rock is shaped like Donald Trump's head, and the hard place is centuries of colonialism. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, or rather, the polar bear on the ice floe, NATO. Trump's little Greenland escapade has thrown the entire NATO alliance into a tailspin. See, NATO is built on the principle of collective defense. An attack on one is an attack on all, remember? But what happens when the attack is coming from inside the house? What happens when the bully in the schoolyard is wearing an American flag lapel pin? Trump's aggression towards Denmark, a founding member of NATO, has raised serious questions about the future of the alliance. If the United States, the supposed leader of the free world, is willing to threaten a NATO ally over a territorial dispute, what message does that send to the rest of the world? What happens if, God forbid, Russia decides to get frisky with Latvia or Estonia? Can we really count on the United States to come to their defense after all this? The truth is, Trump's actions have eroded trust in the United States and weakened NATO's credibility. He's created a dangerous precedent that could have far-reaching consequences for international security. And for what? A few icebergs and some potential shipping lanes? It's enough to make you wonder if anyone in the White House has ever even seen a map. But wait, there's more. Because apparently threatening to annex Greenland wasn't enough for our dear leader. Oh no, he also decided to set his sights on Canada. Yes, Canada. Our friendly neighbors to the north. The ones with the free healthcare and the maple syrup. And the uncanny ability to apologize their way out of any situation. Trump, in his infinite wisdom, suggested that the United States could simply use economic force to annex Canada. Because that's how international relations work, right? You just threaten to bankrupt a country until they agree to become your 51st state. It's like something out of a bad comic book, except it's real life and the villain is played by a man who looks like a melting orange popsicle. And if that wasn't enough, Trump also expressed interest in taking control of the Panama Canal. Because, why stop at 2 countries when you can have 3? The Panama Canal, for those of you who slept through geography class, is a vital shipping route that connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. It's also, in Panama. A sovereign nation with its own government and everything, Trump's casual disregard for international law and his blatant disrespect for the sovereignty of other nations is, to put it mildly, concerning. His actions are not those of a statesman, but of a would-be emperor with delusions of grandeur. He's a danger to the United States and a threat to the world. And the sooner he's out of office, the better.